We're live. Welcome, welcome. Good to be back on another Saturday. Being an Easter long weekend, it's a little bit difficult to figure out what day of the week it is. Like, is this Saturday? I think it's a Saturday. This is the day I got to stream. Here we are, back on another Saturday morning, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. And welcome. Hope you had a great week. Most people probably had a short work week, I guess, because Friday was a holiday in many places. So hopefully you're having a great long weekend wherever you are, whether you've got 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, maybe some places have 5 days. So I hope you're having a great Easter. Anyway, let's get right into it. We'll start looking, see who has come in the chat. A few shout outs to get the party started. Why not? All right, let's go. Look. Before we went live, Monique came past, working. It's a sunny Poland and working on getting the uploads done. That's always good. Productive Saturday. Create a Classroom, newest mod on the channel. Just a few more days to our big collaboration video, Monday. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that rolling out. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. iPhone Chris is in the house. Welcome. Chantel Hills is here and back. Wasn't with us last week, but has returned. Feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit weller. Okay, let's see. Can I put my YouTube? No, because people are unable to drop links in the chat. That's just the way the live chats are. The links don't work unless you're a mod. Kevin Hawthorne's in the house. Welcome. As always, coming to us from Lakeland, Florida. We've also got Frankie over 50. How's it going? Good. Top of the morning. Top of the evening. Let's see. And Home Rapid Repair is in the house. I'm back from a business conference in Florida. Back home to pillow and normal routine. Normal routines are... Oh, there's always something to be said for, going, having a trip, having some fun. But then there's always something to be said for coming home and getting back into your usual routine. Both have their pros and cons. Absolutely. Well, if you had a great week, let's just continue it and have a great Saturday. And as this show works, it's an all Q&A show. So if you have a question for me, anything pertaining to YouTube or content creation, anything like that, make sure you drop it in the chat. You just have to put a Q in front of it, just so I know it's a question for me. And it's always encouraged to have conversations between yourselves as well, which is going to happen. It's going to happen. So, just roll with it. Roll with it. And all my notifications are going off on my watch. So that's not going to be distracting, is it? Okay. New announcements for this week. I don't know if there was too many. To be honest, when on Tuesday, when Creator Insider put their thing out, that was like Tuesday. That's way back on Tuesday. I can't even remember what they talked about. So if there's any of those types of questions you've got, make sure you drop it in chat. I'm definitely getting questions in the comments of my video about the altered content disclosure, which we talked about at length on last week's show as well. So if you have questions about that as well, make sure to drop those in. It's always going to be good. Let's see. We've got Monique's with us live now. Absolutely. Jerry's here as well. Let's do it. Absolutely. And we'll start off with the first question of the show. Question, do you use Tube Spanner? I do use Tube Spanner. The primary tool in Tube Spanner that I use is actually the notes tool. So when I'm, say, watching Nick Dimmon's stream or somebody's stream or a video, I can pop that out and I can actually take notes. And when I take notes, it also adds timestamps of where those notes, what those notes pertain to. So then I've got like a time referenced set of notes to the video, to the live stream, whatever it might be. I have used some of the other tools in in there. There's a lot of great tools, a lot of great productivity tools in particular. So yeah, Tube Spuddy. Oh boy, Tube Spanner, Tube Spuddy. That's a match made in heaven. Tube Spuddy. Oh, somebody help me. Amazing Yacht Destinations in the house. Good evening. Coming to us from Singapore. It's good. People all around the world every week. You know, we've got Poland, we've got the US, we've got Singapore, we've got Australia, we've got people every week. There's people from different parts of the world coming in. Pretty awesome. So yeah, drop those questions in. I'm just going to open up really quick and get a summary of what Creator Insider talked about. I think there was a couple of updates that sort of slid through the cracks this week. Not major ones, like a whole new disclosure. So I'm going to find that so I can check the notes real quick on that one. How far back do I have to scroll? I'm seeing Nick Nimmer's face many times. Nick Nimmer did 2 live streams this week. One on the Tube Buddy channel, one on the StreamYard channel. So on Tuesday it was StreamYard. I think Thursday was Tube Buddy. It's a bit of a busy week there. If you haven't caught up with those, they're on the respective channels. Why can I not find... You know what? I've gone past it. Why can't I find this Creator Insider? I should have just gone to the channel. It would have been quicker. There we are, Connor. Connor, I see your face. That's you. What's up, Insiders? Okay, this week, there was the launch, the video that one of the videos that Nick Nimmer put out last week, one of the short sort of update videos, the audience segmentation in analytics. They talked about that. There was some changes to the For You shelf in regards to customization. That was the other one. And then there was another launch, something to do with pre-check notifications. I can't even remember what that was about. Pre-check for what? I have no idea. I'll have a look. I have no idea. I'm listening to the beginning of that segment and I've lost the plot. But yeah, so there's a couple of announcements this week from Creator Insider. Just reiterating the audience segments that sort of leaked early on Twitter. And some updates to customization for You. I know for a while there, I actually took For You off. I said that I was going to test it out, but I took it off for a bit. But I believe I put it back on. So let me have a look real quick. If you recall what you can actually do now, one of the new updates is... Actually, let's do it right now. Let's do that live. Actually, before we do that, let's jump back in the chat. We've got Paul Dixon in the house. Welcome. There we go. And all right. I'm just going to go to the customization page and then we're going to do a screen share. If it will cooperate with me. I'd like to select a window or a screen. That one, please. Okay. So this is the customization page. And so you've got the For You here. Right now, it's still a box. Now, I thought one of the updates is that you can actually move the location. So you can actually have it go further down the page. So if you don't want it in that prime spot. Let's check that. Maybe they haven't rolled that out yet. Doesn't look like they've rolled that out yet. Well, I don't have it. It's still got the same settings where I can select what content types I want on there. If I want to pull from all my content or content from the last 12 months. But what the change is supposed to be is that this section, I can now move it further down. So I can put it at the bottom. I can put it like the second one down, third one down, fourth one down. So it's changeable. The features with all the other features sections, so I can order them in any way I like. So they evidently haven't finished rolling that out yet. So there you go. I thought it was going to be something I could actually demonstrate, but there you go. There you go. Let's pull that back down. That's it. All right, let's jump into the chat, see what questions we have so far. Yeah, I had mine off for a little bit. I've turned mine back on and just sort of tweaked them a little bit and just gone with videos. I've taken shorts off and live streams off, just because I just want that to be the focus for that particular shelf. I don't mind the fact that YouTube is picking the best ones for the viewer, just as long as they're long form content. I don't want them to particularly be offered shorts, and I don't think if it offers them a really old live stream, I think that might be a bit silly. If it was a recent live stream, I'd probably be okay with it. Jennifer says, I've never come across a For You on other people's channels and clicked one of those videos. To be honest, I have seen it on a couple of channels, but I haven't clicked into a video, particularly if I'm subscribed to them, because I probably watched those videos before. I'm usually looking for new content, but occasionally. And it's not like you go to every channel. Like some people might do that, but not every person goes to every YouTube channel they're subscribed to or even they're interested in and check the channel page. Not everyone does. A lot of people do. So at the moment, I'm putting mine on back for testing purposes. Amanda's in the house. Welcome. Yeah, like if it's like a channel you're really into, then you've probably watched most of it. You've gone back through their back catalogue already. If you've been, subscribed for a while, followed them for a while. So that's definitely a valid thing as well. So I don't know who the best person is for. It might be for new people. It might be a good new people feature. People who aren't familiar with your content. It might be good for that. So yeah, jury's still out for me on For You. But they have announced that update, so you should be able to at least customize the position on your homepage instead of only having it right at the top. And I need to get back off that dash before I continue. Yeah, good question. When you say test, what do you mean? You won't know what videos are on it to see if any of those have grown. What I can do is check traffic sources. The For You shelf, I believe, has its own traffic source. So I should be able to go into analytics and see if I've had activity from that. How much activity, obviously, how many views are coming through for that. I can check that. That's why I'm going to let it run for a while. I'm going to leave it for a good while and then check it. Like I can't remember how long I took it down for, but I recently put it back up. So yeah, so I'm a little bit all over the shop with that one. I still haven't made up my mind on it yet. So we'll see. Everyone uses YouTube differently. Yeah, well, that's a fact. So it's hard to gauge as a creator whether it's a net benefit or not without testing. Yeah, that's why we test it. That's why they say, give shorts a go. Maybe they'll perform for you. Maybe they won't. It just depends on audience is a big fact, probably the biggest factor. Your ability to execute shorts. So it goes for a lot, whether you do live streams, whether you decide you want to do a podcast or any of that on your channel. It's A, the bandwidth, and B, is there an audience for it? Is your audience into it? Or is there a target audience that would be into that? And that, that's why a lot of creators, I find a lot of creators, particularly creators who either might be just older creators, as in age-wise, like myself, or they have an audience that's an older audience, and they tend to steer clear or be very hesitant on something like shorts, for example. So yeah, you just gotta. Sometimes the jury's out. You don't know for a fact. You're just making assumptions, but until you test something, you don't know for sure. So sometimes it is good to say, well, I don't think it's going to work, but let's give it a try, and just be prepared to pivot. It's like, okay, yeah, it's not working. This is the point where we say no more. or this is the point where we say, yeah, we should really test that before we toss it in the garbage. Update on unlisting all 300 of my shorts to see if long form impressions went up. Basically, the channel got real quiet, less comments. That's interesting. Interesting. Got real quiet. That's surprising. Yeah, that's actually surprising to me, but it's not at the same time, because for me, I don't get a huge amount of comments like across the board, but if on anything, they probably show up a little bit more on long form content. But I do get comments on shorts as well. Sometimes I forget, like I'll get a comment in my comment feed and I'm going, was that video a short or is that a long form video? I can't remember. So that happens as well. So yeah, just see what happens. See what happens. If they were bringing, if the shorts were bringing in a lot of like new viewers, I don't think it's going to long term. I think you're going to be fine. I think short term is just like it's just equilibrium. But as Todd Beaupre says, absolutely don't delete videos, because they can still inform an audience who's connected to your content, even if they're unlisted to a certain extent. Obviously, if they're in rotation, public, then they're going to do more good for you. But, this is just generally across the board with any type of video. But, there's channel history there. There's the viewer history. Every person who's watched a particular video is getting, it's been recorded in their watch history. YouTube knows that they've watched it, so that if something new comes along, they are a possible candidate to have, have some impressions appear on their feed to say, hey, Doug's got a new video. Do you want to watch it? You watched some of his stuff before. You might be interested. So here it is. He's got something new. But if there's that one video that they came in on, and they haven't really watched any of your other stuff yet, like somebody pretty new, and then you decide to delete that video totally, then that drops out of their watch history. It's like they've never watched your content ever. Obviously, if they've watched multiple of your videos and you only get rid of one video, it's not so bad. But yeah, delete sparingly is sort of the mantra on that one. And after all that, you went back, put them all public. Okay. I should have read the next comment. Yeah, I got to say with Jerry's shorts that I find them very entertaining. They're like short to the point. They're very very enthusiastic, very lively. They communicate the one thing that the shorts there to communicate. Whether it's a quick taste test of one. Hey, I'm taste testing this XYZ. I can't even think of anything right now. I'm testing this donut. I got this donut from this donut shop. It's really good. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, the way Jerry does it, like I can't do it justice, but Jerry does a really good job on them. I actually quite enjoy watching his shorts. Okay, I'm gonna start scrolling a bit so I just read every comment after every comment. Yeah, particularly if they're in the shorts feed, they're just scrolling. It's like, do they even remember your channel name? It's that quick, unless they stop to comment, and then that's something. I find for me at least, and I don't know, it's because how old I am, my age. I'm not the exact same like young demographic, you could say, but I'll watch a mix of shorts, long form, live streams. I even listen to podcasts, but I'm a traditional podcast listener. Like I listen on my phone, like audio only. I haven't really got into people's podcasts on YouTube yet. That's something I'll probably check out at some point. But I've already got all my podcasts set up in my podcast app of choice on my phone. So when new episodes come in, they automatically load up, and they're just in a queue for me to listen to. I like that simplicity. That's what I like. Anyway, I don't know what my point was. I've totally lost my train of thought on that one. Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's actually one of the things we talked about in last week's show. Was that whole tweet sequence with Todd, and I think Renee was in there as well. There's a few other people. It was kicking around. Yeah, I don't need D Niman to derail me. I can derail myself. That's crazy. All right. I got too many tabs open. Just closing some tabs here. And that's not even the right tab. There we go. Back to the live stream. Yeah, so if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm finding I'm really dry in the mouth today. It's all this talking, I'm sure. All right, let's talk about collaboration. Let's talk about collaboration. I don't have anything deep and meaningful to say about collaboration, but if you can, give it a try. Obviously, it's going to come down to who you collaborate with as to how well it's going to go. Obviously, you want to collaborate with somebody in your own niche, unless there's like some sort of logical crossover. Niche A with niche B that actually makes sense in both directions. But collaboration can be really, really good just to, cross-promote your channels, one to another, different audiences. Just to be able to work with another creator, because a lot of us, I think most of us here are solo creators. We create for our own channel. We don't have anyone helping us. We don't have anyone editing for us, or some of us might. And so, we're doing all the things. And so we're not really working in a collaborative manner too often with other creators. So it's always a good opportunity to jump on a collaboration and get your feet wet on that. That's what I say. And so I've got a collaboration. Well, we've got a collaboration. Jennifer at Creator Classroom interviewed me a little while ago. And so that interview is coming out on Monday. So before we talk about it, let me roll that. Let me roll this thing here. I'm going to click a button here. And let me remove that comment. And so I'm going to be joining Jennifer at Creator Classroom to talk about all things about channel banners, YouTube channel banners. And hopefully I've got the right time. I went back to my email before. Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. This interview between myself and Jennifer will be premiering on the Creator Classroom channel. So just be aware of that. Be ready. Look out for the notifications. Make sure you subscribe over there so you get that notification. And not only will there be that interview, but there's going to be some additional content on two of my channels. Actually, before I continue with that, let me just pull it back to the camera. Two of my channels. I've got a video that will come out on the mobile channel about channel banners on mobile. And I've got another video dropping exactly the same time. It'll actually drop sort of mid-premiere. So once the premiere ends, you can go out of those and watch my content. And that will be talking about channel banners for TV, for the TV viewing experience. So there's a little bit of a smorgasbord of related content regards to channel banners. It should be really good. Should be really good. And I believe Jennifer also will have some additional channel banner content coming out, following up on that on her channel as well. Let me go back to the comments. Now, I was up to this one and jump back in. Make sure you do that. I'm just going to hit them in order. So Do you find that anything happens when you have successful clicks to end screen elements? That's a good question. I need to dive into my analytics on that a little bit more. Obviously, once you get a little bit of scale, like at low end, you know, every view is great because it's a new view. But we're hoping if we're implementing it correctly, our end screen is pointing to the next logical video we want them to watch, whether it's, you know, something in our catalog that is on the same subject or a similar subject. It makes sense, hopefully, to the viewer. So we could have that in the end screen, but we could also put that same video in maybe a pinned comment. Could also put that in like a card that's positioned towards the end of the video, in different places in the description, also linking to that. So all these different clicks, if somebody decides to click there or the end screen, are all pointing to the same video. So we're basically training YouTube into knowing the next logical video to then suggest to the person. So after a while, if you can do it at scale or of a reasonable amount of information that YouTube starts picking up on the, hey, everybody who watches this video and then goes and watches this, or a lot of people who watch this video then goes and watches this video, and then you can start seeing that actually showing up in suggested next to that video. When the next person comes in, it's probably going to be high up on the suggested list. Once that starts rolling in, obviously when the videos first come out, you know, the first hour, that's not going to happen. But as it gains that data from the people who have watched the video previously, that's going to start kicking in. I haven't dived in deep enough to see how effective it's been on my channel. I need to look at some analytics on that just to understand it. So, you know, at a deep level, because in the end, you're not really going to know. How do people get to the video that they've just commented and watched on? And you have to say, okay, I know that person has just watched this video because they've just commented on it. It's one of my older videos. I wonder how they found it. And you might not know for the exact view, but you could find that it's being recommended somewhere else because A, they might have searched for it, so it's in search results. B, it's in their suggested, it's showing up on their homepage, like browse features, or they've watching one of your playlists, or they've even clicked on the end screen, click the pin comment, click that link in the description, they clicked on the card, all those things. One thing to note with cards, because a lot of people just go, I don't really like cards, so I'm not going to use them. Don't worry about the fact that it's on the screen and people are going to click on it, because what happens now is when there's a card on a video, let me see if I can go to one of mine. Let's pick a recent video where I'm going to have a card in it. Did I have a card in this one? Do I have a card in this video? Yes. Okay. This is good. This is good. Okay. That's just an ad. Don't worry about the ad. It's one of my videos. Now there is a card on here. You can't see it right now because of the videos. Hang on. I need to get to the video. That's, I hate that ad. I get it all the time. You can see there's a card there. There's nothing popping up now. It's just a little eye. It's out of the way. People don't see it. But note something. When you scroll down to the bottom of the description, you get two videos sitting here right at the bottom. These are videos that actually appear in cards. So there's a summary. So if I click now on that eye at the top, it'll jump me straight down to those videos and highlight those particular videos. Let me remove Jerry's comment there. So it's these two right here where my cursor's sort of flying around. It's a video from my mobile channel, and it's a video from my regular channel. So I've put both of those in cards that show up at some point during a video. Usually it's because I've gone, hey, if you want to know more about that, I've linked it up here. Yeah, I'm not too fast. I know it's going to take people away from my channel from that video, but they're still going to be on my channel. So they're interested enough to actually click to another one of my videos, if maybe that was something that's going to answer their question. I'd rather them find the answer to their question in a different video on my channel than if the video that they're watching now isn't quite going to meet their needs, but here's something that is. So, I'm not too fussed about that. If they're staying on my channel and having a viewing session on my channel, then I'm still fine with that. So at the bottom, not only that, they've got the chapters there as well. So if you've got chapters, you can click through to look at the transcript, which is basically all the transcript is your closed captions that YouTube automatically figures out after a little bit. You can see my latest video is over here and suggested, just as a side note. Not at the top though. One of my live streams is there. And of course, because I'm live, that gives it extra juice. Somebody's watching my content now, they're going to get that extra juice of seeing my live video in the top of suggested. So that's a bonus as well. Anyway, that's a side note. Let's bring that back. So yeah, going back to the end screens though, I need to dive into my analytics just to see how effective. I don't think they're going to be hugely effective because not everybody gets to the end of the video. So you've got to be realistic about your expectations around end screen clicks. But if people can click on them on occasion, then that's awesome. Collabs are fun, and I love great collaboration. Having awesome creative friends also makes a huge difference in regards to collaboration. Yeah, absolutely. Collaborations give me flashbacks to uni group assignments. Oh my goodness. April 1st can't wait. April Fool's Day, the video better be good. Unless Jennifer's done something that I'm not aware of, the video should be definitely legit information. We're not trolling you at all. All right. Looking through. And yeah. That's the downside of a collaboration. If the person in your collaboration doesn't pull their weight or doesn't do the thing that they said they would do, then it leaves you with doing all the work. So yeah, choose your collaboration partners wisely. Okay. Oh, here's somebody that knows a little bit about end screen clicks. Brian G. Johnson's in the house. My video with with the most views, 1.9 million views, has a very high end screen click-through rate at 20%. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah, I tend to be like content like that. Like if I was watching one of Brian's videos, one of Nick's videos, something I'm really interested in the subject matter, I'm really connected with the creator. I'm going to be watching right through to the end screen every single time. Like most videos, I watch through to the end screen. If it's somebody that I've watched, if I get partway through the video, I'm like, this video really isn't hit for me. It's not really the creator that I've really watched before. Then yeah, I could click away early. But if it's somebody that I've already locked in with, 9 times out of 10, I'm going all the way to the end screen. And then I may not be clicking on the videos because I've watched them before, or there might be a reason, but there might be something there that I will click for, depending on what it is on the end screen that's being offered. What video is it, or is it something new that I haven't seen before, or something in the back catalog that I haven't watched before? Maybe that's something that I'll click on. If it's something that I know I've watched recently, I'll go, okay, I've watched that already. I'm not going to watch it now. I might come back to it later, but I'm not going to click right there and then. But a lot of people do, because if they're new to your channel, they dig it, they get to the end, they click it, they're on another piece of your content. That is awesome. That's a good signal to YouTube that doing the right thing. I love it. I did. We might promote it again at the end. Later in the video. What's it called? It's a stream. Oh my goodness. Oh, can I tell you a story? A story time. it's a good story because Brian's here, so it's related. It's somewhat related to Brian Johnson in a very broad way. Let's take that off. Okay, story time. Okay, because we're here, we're a little bit in the future here in Australia, so we're a little bit ahead of time. So it's like Thursday evening, and so it's still like, early Thursday morning in the US, depending on what part of the world you're in. So I noticed from schedules that I had Nick Nimmon's doing a live stream and Ant Mike. It's going to be happening at my 2 a.m. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't work Fridays. I can accommodate that. And then Brian and Daniel were doing a private session in their members groups, of which I'm a part of. And at that hour of the day, it was scheduled for 6 a.m. my time. So I'm like, okay, if I'm modding Nick's live stream at 2 a.m., that's going to probably go for an hour and a half, at least, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So that's going to get me up to, it started at 2 a.m., gets me up like 3:30, 4 a.m. It's like, well, and I know that Brian and Daniel were going to do their thing at 6. So I'm like, okay, we'll keep going. I was going to have a nap earlier in the evening, but I got busy recording content because that's what you do when you're a content creator. I'm doing a tutorial for the YouTube Create app on my Android phone for the mobile channel. So I was working on that, recording that, sitting here at my other desk, recording hard. And it got pretty late, got up sort of towards 11:30 midnight. So I'm like, I need to stop this now. That's sort of the period where I was gonna originally take a nap to be prepared. So what happens? I didn't take a nap. I did Nick's stream at 2, modded that. I think it was on the Tube Bunny channel. Then I went over, did some things behind the scenes. I went and washed some dishes, went and had a shower, freshened myself up, and then I sat down and participated in Brian and Daniel's member stream. And by about 8 a.m., I was losing the plot, and I had to go to bed at that point. And so it was like 24 hours, because I'd woken up Thursday morning at like 7-ish. So I'd been up over 24, 25 hours. I'm like, yeah, my body don't like that. My body does not like that. Wake up after sleeping till into the afternoon, and I'm like, feels like jet lag. It feels like jet lag when I fly from here to the US and my body's out of whack, not getting real good sleep on the plane, all that. It was like that. So it's a little bit crazy, but that's what happened to me. So my advice, particularly if you're sort of upwards of 50, might not be a good idea to do that on a regular basis. So moral of the story: make sure you take a nap, get some sleep. So that was my introduction from Thursday into Good Friday, and that was fun. So that's what happened to me. All right. Who haven't I said hi to? Philip Murphy's in the house. Welcome, welcome. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. Jerry has a video related to 3 other videos on my channel that gets just about only end screen traffic. It's very bizarre. That's interesting. Just only end screen traffic. Wow. Interesting. Tiffany's here. Girl on a passport in the house. Welcome. My outperformer video is 250k views. Made a follow-up video. Used end cards to point the videos to each other. So far, the remake video only has 4k views. That can happen. Sometimes there's something about that video. Obviously, that video with the 250k has a lot of data behind it. It has a lot of Like YouTube really knows who that's for at this point. The newer video, the system's probably still learning, figuring out what's going on there. You know, who's the ideal viewer for that? So they're still testing that out. And you're doing everything, and you're probably doing everything you can to show how related they are. All right. Yeah, it's going round. I was out the other week. Just the week I didn't stream. So yeah, it's maybe it's transmitted over the internet. Who knows? All right. I would expect after 2 years of the video getting consistent end screen traffic and watch time from that traffic source that we get impressions in. Yeah, to a point. To a point. Now, there's something interesting. I've heard Rene Ritchie say a few times, and I don't have all the answers on it, but it's something that I've heard him say a number of times. And obviously, I'd say he's gotten that from Todd Beaupre. So, what I've probably heard other people say it too, is that traffic sources tend to inform, the data from a particular traffic source informs that traffic source. And I think what they mean by that is because they usually use this often in when you maybe get like views through YouTube advertising or something like that, or that you might use YouTube promotions to promote a video for whatever reason. Maybe you've got a product to sell or whatever. What they say is that other traffic sources like browse and suggested search and that isn't being influenced by the traffic coming from the promotions or from the YouTube advertising. And so they're all like segmented in some way. So to what extent that is the case, I'm not sure. Obviously, they've got to be learning broadly from the views that a channel is getting, from the impressions that they're putting out there, and the response they're getting from the impressions in different subsets or different places on YouTube. They're learning about the response that the viewers are giving them, people who are actually clicking, who's not clicking, who's watching a little bit, who's watching at all, who's watching halfway, and trying to build like a profile of who the ideal audience is for a video. And so I would expect that there'd be some information coming from many places to form the overall view of who the ideal viewers would be for a video. But at the same time, they come out and say something like that. They say, and I understand it in the sense of, paid and organic traffic, that they're going to be very much be careful that one doesn't influence the other, particularly paid traffic influencing organic. So there's a few gaps. There's a few gaps in the logic around that. So how deep that goes, and they're not necessarily going to go into the nuts and bolts on every single part of the different algorithms in YouTube work. So it's something to be just sort of studying and looking into over time. But that's an interesting one that you've got there, Jerry. Oscar Modeling is here as well. Cards on show on the first view. If you replay a section that had a card, it won't show. Okay, that's interesting. I wasn't aware of that. I'll have to check that one out. The other thing to keep in mind, it is still listed at the bottom of the description, regardless of whether the card's appearing at the top or not. Yeah, it might not pop the little pop down on, because I've still got that video open. Let's have a look. Let's go. So whilst there's that eye there, when it hits that point in the video where you point to it and you've marked it, you'll get a little message that pops down to get your attention. I'm guessing that's the part that doesn't pop down maybe the second time through. I'm not sure, but this eye should be there the whole way through, so you can click it. takes you down to the bottom. So yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna have to look into that one. There we go. So is this a cup of coffee stream? It can be a cup of whatever you like. I've got water only right now on mine. I will definitely be grabbing a cup after the stream. Coffee, sweet, milky, and creamy. That's what I'm going for after the stream. All right. Uh-oh. No trolling, please. Research change the time at end screen. Yeah, I always run mine at I do an interesting thing in the edit. What I do is I'll throw in like my background animation. I'll make it 20 seconds long because that's like the maximum length for end screen. And what I'll do is I'll slide it under the video and I'll slide the beginning of that to happen when I start to talk about, you know, if you want to know more about XYZ, click on this video right now. And so that lines up with the start of the 20 seconds. So as that goes through, and then when I'm done, it fades to my background and any other end screen stuff that I might have on there, where I might have my subscribe button pop up as well, and whatever the animation and thing is. I think most of my videos now I have my channel members on there, so my channel members thing comes up there as my channel member shout out, and so that happens sort of in that all that happens in the last 20 seconds. But I build that 20 seconds is into the part of my video, and then it sort of ends. Back before I did that, I would actually just make a 10-second animation, and I wouldn't really do the whole pointing thing, and I would just have it come up after I was done, and it would be like just only run for 10 seconds. So yeah, it's something to definitely experiment with in regards to how you do that, how you fit that in. Because I know back when end screens first came out, that's like, well, do we use all 20 seconds? Is that gonna affect my average view duration and all that sort of stuff? So it's always something to be looking out for. All right, before we go any further, thank you for the super chat. Amazing Yacht Destinations dropping the 200 Thai baht. Thank you for all the great advice. Here is for an extra large coffee. Absolutely. Appreciate you. I'll definitely put that towards a coffee because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it today. Absolutely feeling it. Okay. I've lost my spot in the chat now. I think I was about here. I remember this one about the trolling. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll talk about the 8 seconds. This is where I was up to. So yeah, the 8 seconds. Yeah. So I've experimented with 10 seconds before. Question: how do you feel about using AI music? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked into AI music too much. Like, I really love using just tracks that are already created, like from creators. Like I'm big. Obviously, I'm using, Create a Mix right now for background music, for example. Let me drop that back. So yeah, for me, I don't know much about what an AI generated track would sound like. I understand the concept of it, but I haven't really listened to a lot of it to sort of figure out whether it's something that I would want to use. So yeah, but jury's out on that for me. I would like to listen to something that's a few things that are generated just to get the vibe of it, maybe understand the particular tool that's doing that. So yeah, jury's out for me on that one. I would like to know more about it. I'm absolutely flummoxed by how manic and fast-paced the music. It's all over the shop, but now it's all laid back. It's all laid back now. It just depends. Everything's from Creative Mix, but it's in a bit of a shuffle. So you get like you get some of the rock and you get some of the EDM and the lo-fi. You get a bit of everything. Doug, I don't know if you're promoting StreamYard features, but the new AI clips feature. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, because I know that rolled out this week, so I might see how it works on something like this stream. So I'm interested to find out, because I know I've played with and use Opus clips from time to time. I'm not real consistent with it, but if it's already in StreamYard and it's part of what I'm already paying for, then it's worth checking it out, see how well it works. If you're saying it's mind blowing, I'm really keen. I was thinking about using it on today's stream anyway, so let's see what happens. All right. Yeah, 100%. It's not an April Fool's. How long should I set the Premiere countdown timer for a banner video? Yeah, I don't like a long countdown, but yeah, 2 minutes is acceptable for me. 2 minutes or shorter. I wouldn't do a 5-minute one. 5 minutes is too long. All you need enough time is for when the alert goes out at the prescribed time, and you're giving them a couple of minutes to get in there. I think that's all you need. I think 2 minutes is pretty good. I'm happy with 2 minutes. And when I click, it doesn't work. There we go. Rookie error. Yeah. That was a big mistake. So I should have taken a nap. And I knew beforehand I should have taken a nap, and I didn't do it. Absolutely. All right. Just seeing where I'm at on the chat. Yeah, Jad, welcome to the stream. Hi, hello. I'm a little bit behind. According to my calculations, I'm roughly 10 minutes behind in the chat. Ollie Smith in the house. Welcome. I've hit when the super chat came in. There we go. There it is. Speaking of Creator Mix, go check it out. Free. It's absolutely free. You don't have to pay a thing. That's awesome. Us Plus Dad is here. Welcome. Oh, interviews. Interesting. Yeah, they did say something in the town hall last week about them, about ideally it worked with interviews. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, maybe there wasn't a lot of comments between 10 minutes ago and now because I've caught up. I've actually tried some AI music creation. Actually amazed how good it was. Oh, nice. Interesting. My only concern with AI music is how much of that is going to be, like, is it trained off existing music? Or is it trained off music theory? Is it going to make something that sounds a lot like something else where it might trigger like a content ID system? That would be what I would be questioning. Interviews. Well, I'm just going to have to do like an interview sort of format soon, aren't I? Just to test that out. I know Chantel and myself are planning on doing a stream sometime soon. We're going to let Chantel get well first, which is important. But yeah, I think we're planning on bringing back like some channel reviews as well. So something like that. We're working on something like that. So time, TBD. Date, TBD. But we will do what we can. And then that might be a good test of this new AI tool. I noticed that they're going to be announcing another feature for StreamYard. And the funny thing is, when I was setting up the stream today, I've already got the feature. And I haven't tried it yet. But it's basically AI thumbnails. So I'm interested to see how that works. So you can see that they're teasing that with the scheduled live stream for their town hall for this week. So I know that's on at 6 p.m. Pacific on Sunday is when they do their town halls. And it's already scheduled. You can see it on their channel. They're sort of teasing that already. And yeah, I had the option when I was setting up the stream today to upload a thumbnail or to click AI thumbnails. So that's cool. That's a couple of YouTube shorts. Oh, nice. Actually, I think I watched one before the stream. That's one where you had a guest on. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, that looked good. I'll go back and watch it again. I'll pay more attention to it this time. Yeah, you think doing a solo stream that would be the easiest because it's like, okay, cut the vertical part. They're probably sitting in the middle. Cut that out. Do something. My 11 section clip won't work for a trailer. I have to export something with it. There you go. Getting the trailer ready. That's pretty cool. I'm actually getting excited because that was a while ago we did that interview. It was like, was it February or January we did that? That was a while ago. I know it was a while ago. I think it might have been February. Might have been early February. I can't remember. But yeah. Which is good though, because it allowed me time to make my video that I thought we'd sort of discussed when we were doing it, which is the one on the mobile channel, and then this new one on channel banners for TV with the new TV updates that they announced like 3-4 weeks ago. So I had time to put those together, and now I've got 2 videos that are already uploaded, ready for release on Monday. So yeah, be on the lookout for 2 videos dropping at the same time from me, in addition to the interview with Creator Classroom, Jennifer. Let's have a look. Let me put it up again. Put the music in there. So I'll join Jennifer at the Creator Classroom to talk all things channel banners. Coming Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to reliving the discussion. And a lot more content on channel banners. Like, you're going to be all channel bannered out once you're done with this premiere and video. And the ones on my channels. So if you need to know anything about channel banners, I think at some point, somewhere in all those videos, you're going to know all about it. So make sure to check it out. Bookmark that for Monday. Bookmark that for Monday, 10 a.m. So I'll be a premiere, so you'll be able to join Jennifer and I in the chat. I'll be there in the chat. Jennifer will be in the chat. So if you have questions on the way, comments, we can talk about it as you're watching the premiere together at the same time. It's a really cool thing about premieres. I haven't done many on my channel, but when you turn up for your audience, it's always good. Always good. All right, where are we? Looking for my spot in the... Yes. Drop a link for it. Amazing Hot Destinations. Thanks. We'll catch you next time. in the replay as well. All right. Okay. Making sure that I hadn't missed anything in the comments. I don't think I have. If I have, I should repost it at this point. If you've got any questions, you know what? I think it's time we call it. I think it's time we call.
It's the last call.
It is the last call. Let's drop that up there. I totally forgot to put the graphics up today. I've forgotten the whole stream with no graphics. So, better late than never. It's the last call, so that's your last chance to drop a question, make a comment in the comments. We can talk about anything else you want to talk about for the final parts of the show. Knowing that we're going to be heading over to visit with Nick and Dee Nimmin at 9 a.m. Eastern. In fact, let's talk about that now. So yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern. YouTube Grave Tips with Nick Nimmin. Today's stream title is actually Learn How to Get More Views and Subscribers on YouTube, which is sort of the catch-all title that gets people in. And that is, yeah, scheduled right on time. So what will happen is after this stream, you'll roll right on over into Nick's pre-show chat, as always. So, yeah, so that's always good. Always good. All right, let's take that video loop off. There we go. There he is. Last call. Ms. T with the T. Perfect timing. Perfect timing, and welcome to the stream. So if you've got something to drink for the last call, a beverage of your choice, if you haven't got it already, it's now time to take a sip. All right. Okay, Jennifer's trying to get that premiere scheduled right now. Question, did Dee and Nick like each other or not? Yeah, they do. Yeah. They got brotherly love. 100%. 100%. Coffee song incoming. Absolutely. You'll be greeted with it when you roll over. Monique's got some kiwi strawberry juice. There we go. There we go. It is scheduled and the trailer is working. Ooh. Oh, let's have a look. All right. We're going to have a look. We're going to do this. Let me take that off. Okay, so there it is there. I'm on the thumbnail. Jennifer's on the thumbnail. And there it is, schedule. And Jennifer, there I am. There we are. That's the trailer. You won't be, I don't think you can hear it because I don't think I've got the audio pipe through. There's me, sitting in this very chair. bit of a sneak peek. Let's put a thumbs up on that already. There it is, scheduled, ready to go. So I will see if you're there. I will see you there in the chat for that at the prescribed time. For me, it's at midnight, but it's I believe it's 10 a.m. Eastern. on Monday. Okay. Sounds delicious. It does. The strawberry kiwi, yeah. Sounds really fresh. Like a freshly squeezed glass of juice in the morning. It's like nothing more refreshing. I need to reload the coffee cup to make it through tonight's streams. Absolutely. That's on my plan as well. Between now in the next, sometime next half hour, coffee's on the cards. Let's get it set. I decided to do a teaser instead of the full-on filming of the trailer. Yeah, I think a teaser's good. No, I'm good. I'm good. Midnight's perfect. Midnight's perfect. I'm a night owl, so I'm up late anyway. Let's, you know, I've already catered my videos to come out a little bit after. Or as by the time the premiere ends, my videos will be live on my channel. That you know, they're scheduled now. I scheduled them right before the stream tonight. Any more questions? I think that's it. Don't think I need to screen share anymore, so I'll turn that off. Just waiting for those last minute questions. Yeah, the music style's changed throughout the stream. Look at that. Oh, yeah, a little bit more. Let me drop that back a bit. Don't want it too loud. That's true. Like if it's a work night though, it's like a little bit more. If it's a 2 a.m. start, then it's like nah. Like the StreamYard one on Tuesday, I didn't make that. That started at 2 a.m. for me. I did not make that one of Nick's over on the StreamYard channel. Was it StreamYard? Yeah, it was StreamYard. Yeah. So I didn't make that one because I had to work the next day. If I can accommodate it, I will. But when I have to when I have commitments the next day, I have to get up and get to work. Then I'm like, no, I have to pass, unfortunately. As much as I want to be there. But I make sure I watch the replay. That's the thing. I watch the replay. Yeah, I noticed that you're wrenched on Tube Spanner. You got a spanner on the Tube Spanner channel. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. So yeah, I think the only thing on today, apart from my stream here, is Nick and D going live at 9 a.m. Eastern. So look out for that. I'm not aware of anybody else. I know Roberto has like 3 streams a week, which he's doing like midweek sort of evenings. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I think he's doing that throughout April. He started this week anyway. So I'm like, that's like middle of my day, sort of my morning, middle of the day. And so I've caught a few of those. But apart from that, I don't think there's too much on this Saturday. So make sure that, because it is a long weekend, because some people are taking times off, some people are visiting with their loved ones and different things this time of year, this particular weekend. Make sure that you might have set a little bit of time for creating content, but make sure you set a little bit of time for relaxation and rejuvenation. You know, get your energy back up. Go for a walk. Eat the right foods. Maybe go enjoy yourself. Go for a day trip or something, or you know, find something fun to do, just to like, you know, recharge. Recharge is the word I'm looking for. Should recharge. $401. If you're wondering what 401 is, that's how many subscribers Chantel has on her channel. Her goal is to hit 500 subscribers so that she can turn on some of those fan funding features. Obviously, that's the first goal. Ultimately, you want to get past 1,000 subscribers. There's a few live streaming things that don't kick in until 1,000, which is really weird. And Chantel would love to be able to do live redirects and channel trailers, which you need to have 1,000 subscribers for. And and her channel's all about live streaming. So we need to get her up to 1,000 subscribers. Like 500 is going to be good. Less than 100 away from that. It's 99 to go. Let's get the 500, and then let's get the 1,000. So if you haven't already, Chantel does streams every Sunday evening. Probably not this week because she's recovering. But every week she does a live stream talking about different topics surrounding live streaming. Sometimes it's about getting confidence to live stream. Sometimes it's about the gear. Sometimes it's about the mindset. It could be about the how-to, the platforms to use, all that and more. So make sure if you haven't already, subscribe so that you get those alerts when she does go live. And we're going to also encourage you to get more pre-recorded content up as well. I know she's been talking about that. We'll get it there. We'll have to do a collab. I'll have to come on, and I know I've been on the live stream interview. We've had some great guests on there already, like Justin Brown and myself and a bunch of other people. So let's here I am. I'm inviting myself to do a collaboration on your channel live. I'm just gonna invite myself. All right. Yes. Live redirects. Yes, definitely want those. Terry at Holding a Space, welcome to the stream. We're in the last call. We're in the end game, as they say. The last call. More content is coming. Yeah, voice is important. When you're like a how-to, you're talking, communicating. That's an important part of it. It's an important part of it. I consider myself invited. I've just invited myself to do a collaboration. So, I've got to come up with a topic now. Any suggestions for topics? Drop them in the comments right now. Get a live going here, then live redirect to Chantel's. I could do. I could live stream just to tell people that Chantel's live streaming, and then redirect. Because I can redirect. And I had my mic muted. Oh dear, why did I mute my mic? Sorry, I do that all the time when I'm on calls. I like mute because I'm sipping my coffee or eating some food or something. So I'll just, out of courtesy, mute my microphone. I'll forget to turn it back on. Yeah, we're just getting into the AM because I know, my stream's super early for some parts of the world, particularly if in sort of central mountain time, West Coast. It's super early. We're even hitting the East Coast at 7:30, 8 a.m. when the stream starts. Let Spanish World's in the house as well. We're getting ready. Don't forget, if you hang around in the chat as we finish, you're going to end up in Nick Dimmon's live stream, and you'll be in his pre-stream chat, which he's going live in 20 minutes from now. So we're going to make it happen. Terry's in Kansas Central Time. Yeah, it's pretty early there. Kansas Central Time. Absolutely. That's super early. Let me do my math here. Because my watch, I have it programmed. It tells me the time in New York, so then I can work everything out from New York time. So it's 8:41 a.m. East Coast New York time. So therefore, if you're in Central, that's like 7:41 a.m. And I know for a fact because, you know, I went to Vid Summit in Dallas, Texas, and doing the whole time zone thing earlier this year. No, it wasn't earlier this year. It was in October last year. I can't even remember earlier this year. It's a whole different year now. Oh boy. Yeah. We're on the early train, and then for you guys down south next week it'll be even earlier. I don't know. You guys go. Yeah, be an hour earlier. 20 minutes to Nimino o'clock. Vid Summit is, I think, the first week of September. It's like the 5th. Or hang on. Hey, let's give facts about Vid Summit. Like clicking through and getting the exact date, September 3rd through 5th. So yeah, first week of September. So yeah, you're very, very close to August, though. Very close. So it's gonna be warm in Texas, I tell you. We're there like just over a month after that. We're there like second week of October last year, and it was still warm. Oh, okay. How about something about not being lonely in a solo creator space? That's something. That's a good discussion. That's a good live stream discussion too. I like that. I'm sure there's plenty. Like some of my go-tos would be like talking about gear or talking about platforms. You could talk about moderation, of course. That's a big one. So that, you know, there's a lot of options there. There we go. There we go. I don't think there's any more questions or concerns in the chat, so we're going to wrap things up, let people go get their coffees, settle in for the next few hours of Nimmin Live with Nick and D Nimmin. It's going to be fun. I'll be there in the chatting with you guys. Chantel will be there in the chatting with you guys. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I want to appreciate everyone for joining in today. Those that have come in late, those that have been here for the whole show. Whatever it is. If you want me to talk about something in particular, of course, it's always Q&A every week, so it's always open if there's something you want to ask. But if you have a topic in mind that you'd like me to talk about and like be the topic of the day sort of thing for the stream, then just message me on. You can DM me on X. You can get me on Messenger. You can get me on Facebook. YouTube doesn't have a messaging system. You can leave me a comment on this live stream afterwards. Any of that, however you can get it to me. You can email me at my email contact on my About page if you really want to. In any which way, I'll take those on board because I'm always open to that. Usually there's some news going on in the YouTube world, so sometimes we'll touch on those. Well, make sure you stick in the chat because we're going to roll you guys right over to Nick's pre-show chat where you can raid the Niminati over there. All right. Let's get this thing. Let's remove that. And let's just say one last time, I'm Doug, and I'll catch you later.